If I'd asked you before March 2023 to name a single baseball player from the Czech Republic, could you have named anyone? Now if I ask that same question today, chances are many people could name at least one. Here's how this change happened and how a team with no name recognition and zero expectations took the baseball world by storm. This team's story begins in Germany, where from September 16th to September 22nd of 2022, a qualifier was held for the World Baseball Classic, which would happen in March of the following year, 2023. The location for this tournament was Regensburg. To be precise, the Armin Wolf Arena, the home of the Regensburg Legionäre, who are playing in Germany's first baseball division. Participants in this tournament were Germany, the host, the Czech Republic, Spain, France, Great Britain, and South Africa. These 6 teams would duke it out in a double elimination style tournament, and the top 2 teams would move on to the World Baseball Classic. On day 1 of the tournament, Spain would defeat South Africa 5-4, and Great Britain would defeat France 14-4 in 8 innings due to a 10-run mercy rule implemented at this qualifier. On day 2, the Czech Republic, led by manager Pavel Chadim, opened the tournament in style by getting blown out 21-7 by Team Spain, including allowing a 12-run 5th inning. This game mercifully ended after 7 innings due to the mercy rule I mentioned earlier, and it was on to the losers bracket for the Czech Republic. Additionally, on day 2, Great Britain would beat the host Germany 8-1, sending Germany to the losers bracket along with the Czech Republic. On day 3 of the tournament, the Czech Republic went up against France in what was now an elimination game. The Czech Republic opened the scoring early, scoring 2 in the first inning, including a leadoff home run by Wojtek Mencik, and would add 2 more runs in the 6th, 1 more in the 7th, and the final 2 runs in the 8th inning for good measure. Their starting pitcher, Lukas Ersol, went 4 innings of shutout ball before being relieved by Martin Schneider, who went 4 innings allowing 1 earned run, and Michael Kovala, who went 1 scoreless inning to finish off the game. With a 7-1 victory over France, the Czech Republic was on to the next round. On day 4 of the tournament, Germany faced off with South Africa, and the hosts prevailed, beating South Africa 11-5. On day 5 of the tournament, the Czech Republic faced off against the host Germany in the losers bracket semi-finals. Both teams started off hot, scoring 3 runs each in the first inning. Germany hit a 3-run home run. The Czech Republic, in the bottom of the inning, responded with 2 home runs of their own, a solo shot and a 2-run shot to tie the game right up. From there, their paths diverged. The Czech Republic starter, Daniel Patasak, settled down nicely, completing 4 in the 3rd inning, allowing 3 earned runs, 4 runs total. Whereas Germany's starter, Tommy Sommer, was done after just 1 inning of work. The Czech offense, meanwhile, added 3 more runs in the 3rd of German reliever Michael Bienlin, and 1 more in the 4th inning of Duke von Schamer. Michal Kovala, who pitched the 9th inning against France just 2 days ago, came on in the 5th inning to relieve starter Patasak and went the rest of the way, shutting down Germany over 4 2/3 inning. The Czech Republic, meanwhile, added 1 final run in the 7th inning for good measure and KO'd Germany out of their own tournament 8-4. The Czech Republic's next opponent was decided in the winners bracket final, where Great Britain and Spain duked it out for the first spot at the WBC. In a 10-inning classic, Great Britain walked off Team Spain to go to the WBC. However, Spain was not done yet, as they had a second life against the Czech Republic in the losers bracket final. On day 6, it was all or nothing, the rematch between the Czech Republic and Spain. A quick reminder, Spain had blown up the Czech Republic 21-7 in their prior meeting just 4 days ago. However, this time around, the Czech Republic made it happen. Starter Martin Schneider went 6 in the 3rd innings, allowing just 1 run in the 1st inning, while his offense put up 2 runs in the 2nd and 1 more in the 4th, giving him and reliever Marek Minarik all the run support they needed to beat Spain 3-1 and get the Czech Republic to its first ever WBC. What pool would they play in? Well, Pool B, playing in the Tokyo Dome, joined in this pool by Japan, South Korea, Australia, and China. Just to give you a perspective, Japan at the time of the WBC ranked 1st in the world, South Korea ranked 4th, Australia ranked 10th, the Czech Republic ranked 15th, and China ranked 30th. With their ticket punched, the Czech Republic moved to Tokyo for pool play of the 2023 World Baseball Classic. Before the tournament began, on February 23rd of 2023, a video was released on the WBC's YouTube channel, introducing this team comprised of teachers, firefighters, financial analysts, and many more, and dubbing them the underdog squad of this tournament. The Czech Republic began their tournament on March 9th in a game against China. They started strong, scoring twice in the first, off of a drop fly ball in the outfield off the bat of Marek Čulp, and a sac fly by Martin Music with 1 out, scoring the second run. In the third inning, Matej Mencik went deep, making the score 3-0 Czech. In the fifth inning, the Czech starter Daniel Patasak is relieved after 4 scoreless innings of work. Reliever Martin Schneider, who, if you'll remember, started the clinching game against Spain in the qualifier, allowed the first run to Team China, an RBI fielder's choice. However, in the 6th inning, the Czech Republic would immediately get this run back on an RBI single from Filip Smola, scoring William Escala from third, raising the score to 4-1 Czech Republic. However, in the 7th inning, things fell down, as Czech reliever Michael Kovala recorded only 1 out in the inning, but allowed 4 runs to score. The game was now tilted 5-4 in China's favor. In the 9th inning, down to their last chance, the Czech Republic chases China's reliever Hai Cheng-gong with runners on second and third and only 1 out. And then the hero Martin Music stepped up, going deep on Kwon Yu's first pitch, giving the Czech Republic a 7-5 lead. Filip Smola would add another insurance run with an RBI single, and he would enter the bottom of the 9th up 8-5. Reliever Martin Meteoric, who'd finished off the 7th inning and had stayed in the game since, slammed the door in the 9th, giving the Czech Republic their first WBC win. After an off day on March 10th, the Czech Republic would match up against the world's #1 team, Japan. The opposing pitcher, none other than the monster of the Reiwa era, Roki Sasaki. The Czech pitcher, he who would become a legend, Ondřej Satoria. The Czech Republic actually got out to a lead in this game, putting up a first inning run on a throwing error by Japan. But that is nothing compared to the building story of Ondřej Satoria. An electrician by trade, he faced Lars Nootbaar, Kensuke Kondo, and Shohei Ohtani in the bottom of the first. He went 1-2-3, striking out both Nootbaar and Kondo before getting Ohtani to ground out. The second inning, he would strike out MVP Munetaka Murakami. However, the next 3 batters would reach, loading the bases for Japan. Satoria wasn't phased though, and got a pop-up to second base, recording the second out, and a ground out to third base, ending the inning with no damage done. In the third inning of Satoria's day on the bump, things got very interesting. Facing the top of the order yet again, Lars Nootbaar grounded out, and Kensuke Kondo hit a 1-out double. Which brings us to the legendary at-bat against Shohei Ohtani that I'm sure many of you may remember. A 4-seam fastball at 78 miles an hour, called strike 1. A changeup at 70 miles an hour, swinging strike 2. And another changeup at 70 miles an hour, swinging strike 3. Satoria would go on to allow 3 runs in this inning, but at this point nobody cared. An electrician who hadn't thrown a single pitch over 80 miles an hour had just struck out the reigning AL MVP. After the third inning, however, where Japan was now leading 3-1, things fell apart for the Czech Republic in this game. Japan would score 7 more runs over the last 5 innings, whereas the Czech Republic only got 1 more run in the 5th inning. They would lose 10-2, but they'd made their mark. Satoria's pitching and William Escala getting his leg murdered by 101 from Roki Sasaki made this game memorable. The next day, Shohei Ohtani, remember the most popular player on earth, wore a Czech Republic hat to the Tokyo Dome and asked for Ondřej Satoria's jersey, which he got, signed by the entire Czech national team, which put an exclamation point on the Czech Republic's notoriety. As, fun fact, the team hats they were sold out soon after. The Czech Republic's next game against South Korea wasn't as pretty nor as memorable, as they went down 5-0 in the first inning and only scored in the 7th and 8th inning of that game, falling 7-3. In their last game against Australia, they again fell 8-3, as a close game got out of hand in the late innings. All in all, Czech went 1-3 in pool play, good for 4th place in their pool ahead of China, who had gone 0-4. This guaranteed them a spot in the 2026 World Baseball Classic. They didn't make it out of pool play, but they'd made a name for themselves. The underdog story, their first win, and of course, the Japan game and the aftermath of Shohei Ohtani, Roki Sasaki, and everything else that happened. Now let's fast forward to the present, 2025. And baseball in the Czech Republic is alive and well. The Czech Extraliga, the Czech Republic's highest baseball league, is set to kick off on April 4th, featuring 8 teams. Prague Baseball Week, a yearly week-long tournament for national teams from across Europe, continues to be one of Eurobaseball's most prominent events. In addition to that, on October 20th, 2024, the Czech Republic also hosted Trevor Bauer in Prague, as Bauer played against them with the Swiss national team. Fun fact, they managed to beat Bauer, scoring 3 runs off of him in 5 innings of work. To add even more to this, outfielder Marek Čulp was signed to a developmental contract by the NPB's Yomiuri Giants in September of 2024, and pitcher Daniel Patasak, who also, along with Čulp, played in the 2023 World Baseball Classic, was also signed to the Oisiks Niigata Albirex. I'm hoping I'm not butchering that. A team from the Eastern League, the second division of baseball in Japan. And as if all the things I have just mentioned weren't already enough, in March of 2025, the Czech national team traveled to Florida to spring training and played 4 games against spring training teams, mostly comprised of rookies and minor leaguers, but they faced some major leaguers as well, in preparation for the WBC next year. Similar to their World Baseball Classic performance in 2023, they went 1-3, losing 3-4 against Houston, where they faced big leaguer Ronel Blanco, winning 5-4 against the Cardinals, losing 1-5 against the Mets, where they faced Brandon Sport and other top arms in the Mets minor league system, and finally losing 4-5 to the Braves. The impact that the WBC had on this team and baseball in the Czech Republic cannot be understated. But the fact that a team of basically nobodies rose to this type of fame and notoriety in the span of really just 2 months is nothing short of awesome. It has sparked massive growth in Czech baseball, enough that one team, the Turaci Brno, I'm not butchering that again, have started paying their players' salaries, with the team calling it a process of professionalization. I myself am very curious to see where all this is going to lead, and I'm beyond excited to see this team compete at the World Baseball Classic in 2026. In the comments below, feel free to tell me, did you know about this Czech baseball team and about baseball in the Czech Republic in general? And tell me, how far do you think this team can go in the next WBC? No matter what, I hope the game of baseball continues to grow in the Czech Republic and across Europe and the globe. And with that, that's all from me, and I will see you next time.